Raymond's voice echoed through the hallway as he proudly said, "Innovation comes from youth." Everyone inside the conference room laughed, but I kept walking. I had heard enough. For 3 years, I was the person secretly holding his company together. I built supplier relationships, fixed broken systems, created strategies, and helped increase profits. But to Raymond, I was never the expert behind the success. I was just his daughter-in-law. He loved talking about fairness, but his idea of fairness meant keeping me invisible while giving opportunities to people he wanted to impress. I was the person solving problems at midnight, but nobody knew my name. I stayed because I believed hard work would eventually be recognized. I thought results would matter more than family connections. Then Cole arrived. Cole was the son of Raymond's old golf friend. He had a fresh degree, a confident smile, and zero experience. Raymond personally welcomed him and treated him like the company's future. I had worked there for 3 years and still had no special privileges. Cole had a better desk on his first day. When he asked me about supplier agreements, I explained everything carefully. I even warned him about the complicated North Axis contract. He smiled like he understood, but I knew he didn't. A few weeks later, rumors started spreading about a massive expansion project. A project that could transform the company. The funny thing was, I created it. My team built the entire logistics system. We reduced delays, improved efficiency, and created a plan ready for launch. For the first time in years, I felt hopeful. Maybe Raymond would finally recognize my work. Then my husband came home smiling. "Dad said you basically built the foundation of the project," he told me. I wanted to believe him. The next morning, I prepared reports and waited for Raymond's response. He only sent a thumbs up. Later that day, I saw him having lunch with Cole and his father. They were discussing my project, my idea, my work. And suddenly I understood. They were not preparing Cole to help me. They were preparing him to replace me. A few days later, Raymond called an all-company meeting. Everyone gathered in the conference room. Raymond walked in with Cole beside him. He talked about growth, innovation, and the future. Then he revealed the announcement. Cole will be leading Project Elevate as our new strategic innovation lead. The room went silent. Everyone knew who created the project. Everyone knew who deserved that position, but Raymond never mentioned my name. Not a thank you, not even a simple acknowledgement. I clapped politely, walked back to my desk, and opened a new notebook. I was done waiting for someone else to see my value. 2 hours later, Cole came to me holding one of my supplier agreements. "Linda, can you explain this contract? I don't understand the renewal terms." I looked at him and smiled. That's not my responsibility anymore. For the first time, he realized something important. The person who built the system was no longer going to protect it. The next morning, I entered Raymond's office. He smiled. "Linda, I hope you'll support Cole during this transition." I placed an envelope on his desk, my resignation. His expression changed. "You're serious?" "Yes." "Is this because of the project?" I looked at him calmly. "You made your decision, now I'm making mine." I walked away without an argument. No tears, no dramatic goodbye, just a decision. Within weeks, the problems started. North Axis refused to work with Cole because he wasn't the approved contact. Other suppliers delayed projects because important agreements depended on my management. The company that thought I was replaceable suddenly realized how much they needed me. Then Raymond called. The same man who ignored my efforts for years now needed my help. "Linda, we've had some challenges with Project Elevate. Maybe you could come back temporarily?" I smiled. The woman they refused to value was now the person they had to ask for help. "I'll consider it," I replied. This time, I created the terms, not him. Soon, major clients started contacting me directly. One of their biggest clients, Hexler Group, made their decision clear. "We want Linda Parker back." Raymond tried to save the relationship, but it was too late. They had already signed a contract with my new consulting company. That was the moment everyone understood. Clients were not loyal to a company name. They were loyal to the people who actually delivered results. Months later, I attended a business event. People introduced me as a leader, a strategist, and an expert. Not as Raymond's daughter-in-law, not as someone working behind the scenes, but as someone who built something of her own. Across the room, I saw Raymond watching me. The man who once ignored my work finally understood what he had lost. I didn't need revenge, because the greatest victory is not watching someone fail. It is becoming so successful that they finally realize they should have valued you from the beginning.